Hello and welcome back. Today is day 2 of getting our new to me 30-year-old table saw up and running. It's going to need to get the assembly finished. We've got fences and bits and pieces to mount on there. The saw blade, which we had troubles with yesterday, I was hoping to get a new one today, but Norfolk Saw didn't have one in stock. The only one they had a chipped tooth, so not very helpful. They have one coming for us tomorrow, which lines up with when all the dust collection stuff's going to get delivered. That's a lot more effort than I was expecting. So I'm kind of glad the saw blade wasn't able to come in today and I didn't have one, because it was worth doing that properly. I pulled the extension slide out of here and got it was rusty as anything. There's some really rusty sections here. The table, I'm guessing, got restored at some point, because you can see signs of where there has been deeper rust in the cast iron. It makes a certain pattern, but that's all cleared away now. It's all crisp and clean as I can get it. I'd love to repaint this at some point in the future, or get it powder coated or something in the future. It's a nice bit of steel here and cast iron. It's definitely a heavy duty machine. So I've got, now the running surface is clean, I've got the fence clean. You've obviously seen me using sandpaper on this on a random orbital sander. I'm only using 400 and then going down to 600 grit. On the table I was getting to the higher grits just to try and clear some of that rust off. It's very mild rust, but it's cast iron's really tough stuff to sand through with a small 125mm sander. So that's all very polished now. This fence on the slide is basically mirror finish now. It's beautiful. I'm really happy with that, but it's massive dust hood on this thing, which is fantastic, because on the Axminster saw there's beach everywhere, because the dust hood on top, blade guard, whatever you want to call it, was just so ineffective. I've got a narrower version of this as well, but the beach when I was using the Axminster saw was creating lots of fluffy bits of dust. So I'm gonna try this one, and I can always switch to the other one. They both have 50mm dust ports. I've got some 63mm hose coming on an adapter to a 4-inch port. So I'll see how that goes. And we can always change it around and see how we can improve things. But for now, my favorite finish for putting on beds of all sorts of cast iron machines is Hampshire Sheen High Gloss. It's not a machine finish, but this stuff is slick. I wish I could get Bostik Glide Coat in this country. That stuff was just over the top levels of awesomeness. But we can't get that here, so I'm stuck with this. So I'm gonna cover all the surfaces, moving surfaces with this. I'll probably even cover this massive over-the-top extrusion of a slide with this, so the wheels have something nice to run on. The can of black spray which I was using on things is dry molybdenum disulfide. lubricant, which will not attract dust from the sawdust at least, and that should hopefully keep things running smooth but not get gummed up. So tomorrow it's going to obviously be part 3 of this table saw sort of restoration and setup as I get inside with all the grease points, get the dust collection going, and hopefully we'll have that blade turn up from SweetX and we can give this thing a workout and see how it goes on some 2-inch thick European beech. So if you'd like to see that and get notification once it's posted, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell for notification. I'd love to have you along for the journey. It's a new channel, we're growing. Your subscription would mean the world to me. You could also hit the like button on this video if you enjoyed seeing some of this. I know it's mostly been time-lapse, but we'll get there. I'd really appreciate that as well. Feel free to share with any communities, Reddit, Facebook, etc. that you're a part of. Would love to get more people onto this channel. It'd be fantastic. Thank you so much. See you next time.